attacks against Israel on October 7th came at the Nova Music Festival. Now that scene has become a memorial of the horrors of the terrorist massacre. Chris Mitchell brings us that story.
Videos from that day at the Nova Music Festival show hundreds of young people running for their lives. Many seen being taken hostage, while others died at the hands of terrorists. Here on the grounds of the Nova Music Festival, they have pictures of all those who were murdered or kidnapped on October 7th. Hamas murdered 375 that day. That alone would have made it the second largest terror attack in history. Now this place has become a shrine of sorts where soldiers and civilians come to remember and reflect.
It's tough. It's a tough feeling. I'm also a member of the tribe, the trance, the music, the festivals. I have a lot of friends that were here. I lost a relative. I just saw his picture. You're walking here and you feel the atrocities.
The site lies just a few miles from Gaza, where the sound of Israeli artillery fills the air.
I feel horrible. I feel deep sorrow and distress when I see all those faces of young, innocent people, so beautiful, so young, that came here to, to have a party of peace and love, and were murdered brutally.
A new exhibition opened in Tel Aviv to recreate the festival grounds attacked on October 7th and honor its victims. Some of the bodies were so badly burned during the attacks that there's little left to identify. For this soldier, it's a reminder of why he's fighting just miles away.
As you can hear, it's still a war zone here, but this place was a massacre. It wasn't a military encampment, nothing of the sort. It was just a massacre. People were slaughtered here. And a lot of other things that I can't really say on camera, but it's horrible. We just went out for a little bit of, to get some air. We came here to remind ourselves what we're doing. Yep, that's why we're here.
Hundreds of burnt cars littered the road next to the festival that day. This IDF officer fought just down the road while his son fled the music festival.
He ran away from the party with two other girls of his, and they actually ran from here towards Kibbutz Patish, or Mushav Patish. It was a journey of about 2.5 hours.
They kept phoning each other.
I told him, I can't help you, because I was on the main road about 4 or 5 kilometers down. I had a fight with some terrorists, and I was stuck and he was stuck. And he wanted help, and I couldn't help him. And I told him, there's no police, there's no army. Figure it out by yourself. You're a big boy. He's 24-year-old.
He did figure it out, and the 3 survived, although there's still much sadness.
And he lost a lot of friends here. A lot of girlfriends and boyfriends here he lost at the party. And he's been going to all the funerals and the memorials.
His father came with a message.
Don't forget. Don't forget anything, because we tend to forget. Everyone has a short memory, and after a month or 2 months or a year, you come back here, you'll see there'll be red puppies here, and you'll forget. Don't forget, that's all. Like we're not allowed to forget the Holocaust. We're not allowed to forget what happened here.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, from the site of the Nova Music Festival.
We don't forget 9/11, and we won't forget 10/7. We need to keep these horrors in mind and realize we're in a battle, and it's a battle of ideology. And as we're in that battle, let us remember Hamas still holds hostages. They still are firing rockets into Israel. All the calls for ceasefire need to begin with Hamas has to release its hostages. Hamas has to stop firing rockets. Hamas needs to unconditionally surrender, lay down all their weapons, and give up to the IDF. That all needs to happen. And in the case it does happen, then this horrible war will cease. Any call for ceasefire needs to begin with Hamas.